Hello, hello, and hello, and welcome back to the Jobless Bum channel. Today we are going to be doing the penultimate segment of our countries of the world flag tier list. This time we're going to be doing the flags of Africa, and in case you haven't been here before, we rank these flags based on three criteria. Number one, the colors. Do they work? Do they not work? Are they aesthetically pleasing? Number two, the design of the flag. Does it work? Does it not work? Is it aesthetically pleasing? And then number three, the overall uniqueness of the flag. If I gave you this flag amongst a group of other flags, would you be able to recognize it? Is the flag iconic? So on and so forth. And those are the criteria we're going to be using to rank these flags. If you end up liking the video and want to see more from me, definitely drop a like and sub to the channel so you can never miss another one of my videos ever again. And without a further ado, let's get right into the rankings. Starting out our list with the D tier, we have Guinea, Mali, Benin, and Republic of Congo. In case you don't notice a theme amongst these D tier flags, I did pick a lot of the green, yellow, and red colored flags. They're not very unique, and in terms of the color scheme, I'm not sure that I really like it that much. But there's a lot of stiff competition in Africa to deal with in terms of the flag, so some of them had to be in the D tier, so that's why those are there. Then we do have Senegal, Ghana, and Cameroon, and again, those are a bit above the other flags mentioned earlier, but they did just add the star in three different colors. But I can't say that I'm too big of a fan of those, so that's why they're all in the D tier. And then we do have, I believe it's Guinea-Bissau. I believe that's the flag, but it's got an interesting, it's got a more interesting pattern than some of the previous three flags that I mentioned, but still not up in the higher tiers. Then we do have Ivory Coast and Nigeria, or should I say Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria, both just generic flags. The Cote d'Ivoire kind of looks like Ireland, in my opinion. So those are just basic flags, not going to get high up on my list. And then we have Sierra Leone, and I believe that's Gabon. Again, those are both not high on my list, just because they are tri-color flags, and they are kind of similar in terms of the color scheme. The Sierra Leone has the white in the middle, and Gabon has the yellow in the middle, but the green and the blue are kind of similar. But that was the D tier. And next up, we do have the C tier. First up, we do have Chad. Now, it is a tricolor flag, pretty standard, but I had to not put it in D tier just because it is Chad. And enough said about that. Then we do got Gambia. The red, blue, and green they're all pretty common colors, but the way that it's put together, and I think it might be that outline on the blue stripe, makes it pop and makes it unique in a way that you wouldn't expect from having such common colors. But that's a pretty recognizable flag. Then we do got Botswana, and it is pretty unique. I gotta give props for that, but I think this is just a really ugly flag, so I couldn't put it in D tier just because of the uniqueness, but it's not a good flag. Then we do got Mauritius, pretty standard flag. You got the red, blue, yellow, and green. Having four colors, I almost said three, but four colors puts it into the C tier and not the D tier. Then you do have Angola, nice little sword and whatever the other thing is in the middle. I think that's supposed to be a sun. I'm not sure. So I like that. I like that part of it, but the red and the black, I'm not really that big of a fan of on the flag. So it could have been higher had the color choices been different. Then we do have Algeria. You got the crescent and the star in the middle. but then you just have green and white. So it would be a pretty generic flag if not for the little flare in the middle. So that's why it's in the C tier. Then we do have Libya. Same sort of deal. You got the red, green, and black in terms of the background of the flag, and you got the crescent and the star. But I'm really not a fan of those colors, so that's why it's in the C tier again. Then we do have Sudan, and not really a fan of the black, green, and red on the flag, but you got that nice little triangle on the side, so couldn't rank it in the D tier. Then you do have Madagascar, which you got some pretty common colors on the red, the green, and the white, but they're arranged in a way that it's particularly interesting and pretty recognizable. So got to put it in the C tier, even though you do got some basic colors. And then we do have Morocco, and I gotta say, just looking at it on like a computer screen probably doesn't do it justice, because that gold, I believe the star is supposed to be gold. It doesn't really pop off the screen like I imagine it would actually pop on the flag. But given that I've never seen the Moroccan flag in real life, I gotta go with my gut, what I can see right now. So it's gonna be a C tier flag for me, because I really don't think the star looks good in the middle of that flag. But gotta give them credit for potential. It could potentially be better depending on the avenue in which you see it. Moving on to the B tier, we do have Burkina Faso. It is a pretty simple flag in terms of the colors. You just got that red and the green, and you got the yellow star in the middle, but I think this flag looks very aesthetically pleasing, so it's probably one of my favorite looking flags, just because it's so simple and the colors really work. But in terms of like adding some pizzazz, some wow factor, I couldn't really rank it higher, but it is a very good flag. Then you do have Mauritania, and an interesting digression going for the crescent and the star. That's not really unique in and of itself, but the way it's sideways, I think is pretty interesting, and I think the dark green and the yellow work. So again, a pretty simple flag, but it really works. Then you do have South Sudan, and I gotta say, it probably wouldn't rank this high. You just got the black, the green, and the red, so on its face, it doesn't seem like that unique of a flag, considering it kind of looks like the Libya flag, to be honest. But you got the blue triangle on the side with the yellow star, which really raises it up in my book, and that's why it's in the B tier. Then you have Comoros. I feel like this flag just has too much going on. I really like all of the elements separate: the yellow, the red, the blue, the green, the crescent, and the stars. But I feel like there's just too much going on, so I can't really rank it too highly, because you don't want it to be too simple. But I feel like it's just got a lot going on. Then we do have Niger, and you got the orange, which I really like and is very sparse in the rest of the flags of Africa. Orange is one of my favorite colors, so had to rank it high because of that. Then you do have Tanzania, which again got a very unique color scheme. The green and the blue, and then that black stripe, I think really works. So that's why that's in the B tier. Then we do have Somalia, which is a very simple flag, but I really like that blue. It really pops off, and then you just got the white star in the middle. Kind of generic, but I think the colors really work. Then we do have Djibouti, which is a fun name to say. You know what? It's so fun, I'm going to say it again. Djibouti. But again, we got that green and blue, which I think really work. And then you got that white triangle with the red star. I think it really all comes together very nicely. Then we do have Sao Tome and Principe, which I like the green and the yellow. I think those colors really work, especially that green. That green is a lighter green than I think some of the other greens that we've seen on the rest of the tier list. So it's in B tier because I really like those colors, but I think the black stars leave a little bit something to be desired. I think they're kind of off kilter a little bit. I think maybe if there was like a third star, I think that would have made my symmetrical brain a little bit more happy. Then we do have Equatorial Guinea, and I really like the colors, that green, that blue, that red, that white. Then you got a nice little crest in the middle. It's a simple flag, but, it's honest work. I like it. Then we do have Rwanda, which the color scheme is very good. I like that dark green contrasted with the lighter colors of the yellow and the blue, and you got a nice little sun in the corner. Again, it's not a top tier flag, but it's pretty good. All right, moving on to our A tier, almost to the tippity top, but not quite there. We do have the Democratic Republic of Congo, and that light blue is a really good color. The red diagonal stripe is pretty good as well. The star seems a bit out of place. I feel like it could have been more centered, but this is a top tier flag. The combination of colors is immense. Then we do have Cabo Verde. It's got to be one of the most unique flags, I must say, just because of the white and red and white stripe that's going down near the bottom of it. And you got the collection of stars as well, which is pretty cool. So it's not a top tier flag, but it's right up there. Then we do have Eritrea, which the combination of colors I really like. I really like the triangle design. The crest. I don't know if that's a crest, but the yellow crest like object on the side seems a little bit out of place, but the design and the colors are very good, so we'll put it up in the A tier. Then we do have Ethiopia, which is interesting because we do have that green, yellow, and red, which I'm aligned lower down in the tier list, but I really like that blue and yellow star circle kind of thing that got going on there. Then we do have Kenya, which is pretty unique. At least the middle part of the flag is pretty unique, that little design. But it is a black, red, and green flag, which I don't like that color scheme. So it's got that uniqueness though in the middle. So I gotta give them props for that. Then we do have the Malawi flag, which I like the red sun. That's a pretty cool design, pretty interesting. Again, we got that black, red, and green, which I'm not really a big fan of. So could have been it could have been an S tier if there was a different color scheme, I think. Then we do have Mozambique, and you got that interesting like sickle and whatever that other object is that are crossing. I think that's a sickle. And the red triangle, it is certainly a unique flag. You could recognize this as the Mozambique flag, but I'm not really a big fan of the color scheme. Adding yellow to the mix of the green, black, and red doesn't really do it for me. So, unfortunately, it's not gonna rank higher. But I do like that little design. Then we do got Namibia, which is a very simple flag. You got the blue, the green, the red with the red diagonal stripe. You got a yellow sun. It looks very nice. It's a very calm flag. There's enough going on to make it interesting, but it's not chaotic. Then we do have Togo, which I'm a big sucker for stripes. So I gotta love the yellow and green stripes going. And you got the red and white square and star combo, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's an A tier. Then we do have Tunisia, which it's very simple, but the juxtaposition of the white circle and the red crescent and star, I for some reason I find that really, really good looking. But it's very simple as well, so I can't rank it in the A. But this is about as good as you can get for A tier. Then we do have Uganda, and here I love stripes. It's like you're getting two flags for the price of one. You're getting two Germany flags, right? Well, two Germany flags, and then you got a chicken in the middle, or a rooster, or some sort of bird. It's a very good flag. I really like it. Then we do have Zimbabwe, which is a cool flag. The for some reason I'm a fan of this color arrangement of the green, yellow, red, and black. Whereas in some other flags, I'm not as big a fan. I don't know. Maybe it's because the colors are arranged differently. I'm not really sure on that one, but I really like this flag. And then we do have Zambia. Again, I'm a sucker for orange, so anytime I see orange, it's gonna rank pretty highly. But I think there's a lot of room for improvement on this flag. The stripes are off center. The eagle's pretty cool. So there's a lot to work with on this flag. Maybe this flag is ranked higher because there's a lot of potential on how it could be improved. All right, and for the moment you have all been waiting for, I'll give you a little drum roll. Here we go. It is the S tier. First up, we do have Burundi, and what can I say about this flag? You got the white cross or the white X in the middle, the green and the red, almost kind of pink, to be honest. Those really pop off the screen, and you got the stars in the middle. It's a very unique flag, one that is very recognizable. So good work on you, Burundi. Then we do have Central African Republic, and it's kind of similar. I was gonna say kind of similar to the Mauritius flag if you rearrange some of the colors, but the the red the red stripe down the middle is an interesting move, and I think it adds just enough variety to the flag where it makes it very unique and very aesthetically pleasing. So I really like that. Plus, you got a star on there as well. Then we do have Liberia, which is an S tier, because it because it looks like the U.S. flag. I'm sorry. I have a little bit of bias. I really love the American flag. Gotta have a little pride in the flag. But I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the U.S. flag, and therefore the Liberia flag as well. It's just a classic design. You can't really have any faults with it. In my opinion. Obviously, these are all my opinions, but then we do have Lesotho, which is a pretty cool flag. You got the red, or not the red, the blue, the white, and the green, which is a pretty cool color scheme. And then you got that design in the middle, which I think is very unique and makes for a flag that is very recognizable. And speaking of recognizable, probably one of my favorite flags is the Seychelles flag. It it honestly looks like a light beam coming out, like someone's doing like a Hadouken or something. But it's pretty cool. I'm interested to see what the story behind that flag is, but it is pretty cool. I really like it. Then we do have the Eswatini flag, and it's solely due to that design in the middle. It's very unique. Again, makes it very recognizable, and I think it looks pretty cool, in my honest opinion. And you got a nice blue color on the outer edges of the flag as well, so that's pretty cool. And then finally, we do have South Africa. This is a very cool flag in my opinion. You got that green Y, and then it's accented by a little yellow and black, and you got the red and the blue. I think the colors work. It's a unique flag. I don't think there's any other flags that look like it, have the same design. So all in all, a perfect way to round out our S tier. Thank you so much for watching this Flags of Africa tier list video. Let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts of your own, if you thought my list was bad, or if you would make any changes, or just any general thoughts you have. let me know in the comments, and I'll read them and respond. And if you enjoyed the video, definitely check out my links below. I do stream on Twitch fairly regularly, and we do a lot of GeoGuessr and other community games, so if that's something you're interested in, definitely check me out. And I do appreciate you watching the video. And y'all, be sure to stay safe.